I just raw dogged a 6-minute drive to the grocery store. No Twitter, no YouTube Shorts, no texting. Locked in on the road the whole time. Built different, man. Fish and chips, follow me for more recipes. Finally, another Swedish fish enjoyer. Just asked this girl, Hannah, how she spells her name, and she just said, 2 of everything, darling. Iconic. That is actually the most fire goddamn response to that question I could ever think of. Y'all remember when Apple used to take care of us? No. What? Like, look, I get it. I get it. Your incredibly expensive phone used to come with, you know, kind of crappy headphones and a wall plug, whatever. Like, I get it, you know, but no, I don't remember when Apple used to take care of us, man. I was never alive for the days when Apple used to have a pseudo motto about being cheaper and more open. Who's your favorite Da Vinci twin? Vote in the comments. I'm a bad person because it hadn't even occurred to me they had separate names. Yeah, that's a good point. I never thought about it either. I don't think either one of them looks like a Patrick or a Chris. Burned them. Keep burning them like this. That is how they are supposed to be burnt. Please keep doing that. Those look so good. I once wore a silver jacket to college. Turned up late for class, said, sorry I'm late. Lecturer said, that's okay. Then waited till I was halfway across the front of the full class before following up with, trouble with the spaceship again, was it? Gotcha. You walked right into that one, Matthew. British people should not be allowed to translate manga. Light novels, visual novels, or otherwise. This is a travesty. A git like him. Absolutely don't fancy him one bit, yeah? Oh, I'm reading it backwards. I'm stupid. I mean, that is funny, though. I never thought about that. Millennials use LOL, like stop, at the end of a telegram. We do. Because I'm always afraid someone's going to think I'm being harsh or reading my message wrong. I have to soften the blow with everything I got. Okay? I have to, because I'm afraid people will leave me. This only happens when you're angry or in a hurry. Oh, yeah. Or anything adjacent to this sort of thing happening. I used to work at a haunted house, and I pitched a room that was a long black hallway leading to a door that said employees only. And if you were brave enough to open that, there was a sweaty guy in half a gorilla suit eating a sub, saying, you guys can't be back here. Dude, that fucking rules. Are you kidding me? Did they not let you do that? Please, someone steal this man's idea. That is so genuinely funny. I don't think anyone knows what without further ado means anymore. Every YouTube video is like, so without further ado, let's get into it. But first, today's sponsor is my dude. That is literally further ado. Yeah, aren't you supposed to say that after you're done talking like a dumbass? Have I been using it in the wrong place? I know I've said it a few times. My wife and I started a tradition that's become crucial to our marriage. Every year around the date of our wedding, we go on a vacation, just the two of us celebrating. It's a key driver to our relationship success. We call it our marriage birthday. Bro just invented anniversaries. You know what? I have to assume that he's in on that joke. Like, duh. He did. There is no way in hell this guy has, unironically, no idea what an anniversary is and thinks that he's invented a new thing with his wife. Applying for a passport for my baby and occupation. Baby! What do you mean, occupation? The idea that zombies in the 28 Days series exist entirely in Britain is genuinely hilarious. The rest of the world saw that and was like, oh yeah, they can handle that on their own. But it's also like an anger virus. It's not like traditional zombies, right? I saw a tip to brush your teeth with your non-dominant hand to be gentler on the gums. I tried it and it felt like a complete stranger was trying to brush my teeth. Not even an acquaintance. A stranger off of the street. Chess robot grabs and breaks finger of 7-year-old opponent. Incredible how AI can just come up with chess strategies that I thought of years ago. Steals everything from you. I went to Waffle House for the first time to see a fight, but nothing happened. If you notice a foreign tourist in a Waffle House, it is your American duty to start a fist fight to ensure they get the full experience. I mean, I guess. I live by a few Waffle Houses. I just don't go in there, man. I'm an IHOP boy. Someone liked a ton of my tweets at once, and their account has 0 followers, and was just made, and I thought, this must be a bot. Then I looked closer. It's my dad. No, that's pretty great, though. Your dad seems cool. Oh my god, one of my friends has been bitching for weeks about this dude who ghosted her after several excellent dates. Turns out he died last month. Oh. The agony of thinking you're finished doing the dishes only to turn around and, to your horror, the pot. Oh man, see, I just don't eat food. I don't do that anymore. No food for me. I don't do dishes. I don't know what it is about pots and Tupperware, or I hate calling them Tupperware. It's not Tupperware. That's a brand. Either way, I don't know what it is about those two items in particular when it comes to dishes that piss me the hell off. Maybe it's putting the pots and pans away is always a little more loud than normal and I hate it. Or that I have to bend down to put them in a Lazy Susan because that's where we put them. Or when it comes to Tupperware, how they're never even a little bit dry. Look, I know that the heat dry feature isn't exactly perfect, but no matter how you slice it, even if you wait several days and let everything air dry, the Tupperware containers will never come out dry. Ever. I thought wearing a flowy white dress on a swing would look all magical and cute, but it just looks like a ghost sighting. Never doing that again? What? You should! Mommy wants the new Dune game, please. Mommy should seek employment. Younger Zoomers are so confusing. My coworker was playing New Super Mario Bros. On her iPad, and I was like, whoa. Is it hard to get emulators for this running on iOS? And she just, didn't know what that meant. She just had that on. Never mind. I don't know why, but this image instills some sort of primal fear in me every time I see it. It unsettles me so much. Maybe because it's a fucking dinosaur lurking in the water, and it has very sharp teeth. New Finder icon, fire everyone. Look, that's less egregious than a lot of stuff over the years, okay? Really? You got a fucking old Steve Jobs photo? Okay, it's less egregious than a lot of stuff. Look, we are seeing a reversal on minimalism in a lot of ways. That's not really it, Apple. You really got to look at Mountain Dew and Pepsi and stuff like that for this one. I feel like friendship nowadays is hard to maintain because people think every time you hang out it has to be an event, like a party or dinner. What happened to just hanging out together at home? Or running errands together? Dude, when I hang out with friends that I rarely see, that's what we do. We just drive to stores and then sit in my room for 10 minutes and talk about YouTube videos. And then they go home. That's it, man. And I feel like I have to apologize every single time, no matter who the hell I'm hanging out with. I'm like, hey man, I'm not an adventurous type. I don't go on hikes or go do this or go do that. I don't do any of this stuff. So I'm sorry if, driving in a circle and going to the same 5 places the 5 times a year we hang out sucks. That's just kind of me. It's what I do. Girlfriend requests pizza. I order pizza. Girlfriend eats 1 slice and requests movie. I put on movie. Girlfriend watches 5 minutes and requests attention. I attend. Girlfriend grows restless, unable to think of anything else worth requesting, and walks away. Absolutely unreal. Maybe you were a jerk in a dream. Why can't hackers just delete everyone's bad debt, credit, and mortgages? Because I don't think hackers are real, dude. You ever meet an all-male friend group that's less a group of friends than it is one guy and his henchmen? It seems that this has hit henchman Twitter. I'm listening. I'm learning. Every Friday, I take my daughter to ballet. And after ballet, we get ice cream cones and sit in the car, flipping through radio stations, eating ice cream, her telling me things and me nodding. I don't know how long this will last, but for now, it's the highlight of my week. And just so you know, she'll think back on it one day and remember how much of a highlight it was of her entire life. My wife and I have different approaches to homeownership. I just saw a guy get hit in the face by our tree. Lol, what an idiot. Well, no, you gotta trim the branches. Okay. I did have to tell the homeowner of the home I live in that one time. I was like, hey, so that giant tree in the backyard is technically ours. It's on our side of the property. We have to trim it and take care of it so that one of our neighbors doesn't try to fucking sue us or something because a windstorm came and blew a branch into their window. We got to get on that right now. Cookies and cream completely one-shots the toddler mind. Once I've spoken the words, they can't even listen to the other ice cream flavors. The concept is too powerful. I love your niche references. Are you typically ignored in large groups by any chance? I'm ignored in one-on-one. How easy life would have been if rice had protein. This tweet inspired me to combine rice, carbs, and lentils, protein and fiber, in my rice cooker. The result is a disgusting, nutritionally complete mush I call rintle. I saw a lot of people say, cook the rice in bone broth or something like that to add some protein to it. I don't think protein is what we should be jumping for right now. I think, depending on what generation you are a part of right now, you need to get some more goddamn fiber. No one's eating fiber! I think I'm gonna build a Bluetooth jammer just for the sole purpose of making a cone of silence on the beach. Want to listen to your crappy music and also force the rest of us to? Cool, go about 100 meters away in any direction. If I was named Jeff, I'd constantly be saying things like, "Jeffinitely," and "I jeffed up." Car dealerships should not exist. I should be able to go to Chevy.com, add a Camaro to my cart, and check out with Klarna. Look, it is a joke, but he is still right in the beginning there. Car dealerships have no reason to exist other than to, basically steal fucking money from you. They don't add anything to the pot. They never have, they never will. We should be able to purchase a vehicle directly from the manufacturer and not spend an extra $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 because a guy with his name on a building thinks he deserves money. Should we make a separate security line for people who are apparently experiencing their first day on Earth? Yeah. I asked ChatGPT, I asked Grok. Well, I just made some shit up and people believe me because I'm well-read and use big words. Would you rather be trapped in a mall for 24 hours with a silverback gorilla or 5 black mambas? Are they, mad at me or just at the mall, too? I love those maps of regional linguistic differences. They're like, okay, so 49.9% of the country calls them lightning bugs. 49.9% calls them fireflies. And if you zoom in right here, this little town of 200 people randomly calls them glitter bats. You know, I've always been a lightning bugs type of guy. I just think that lightning bugs, you spelled lighting bugs, I just realized. I always liked lightning bugs because I think lightning's cooler than fire. That's it. That's my preference. But glitter bats should objectively be what we call it, right? I feel like I've actually asked you guys about what you call certain things whenever one of these comes up, because growing up in Spokane, Washington, we use the term kitty corner to describe walking from one corner diagonally across a four-way intersection to the other corner, rather than crossing the street twice to get to said corner. And I'm the only person I've met in person that, wasn't where I grew up that uses that term. It's interesting. Do you come from a place where you call soda Coke or pop? Anything like that? Or just soda? What about you? Hell, you know what? I'll do you one better. Growing up, when I mixed all of the soda flavors together from a fountain, we called that a graveyard. Did you guys call it a suicide? I hate it when I do math about where my money went, and it all adds up. No one robbed me. I didn't lose it. It was really all me. Man, I do that every year. At the end of every year, I go, did I make that much? That's not possible. There's no way. There is no way I did that. Yep, I did. Is there a movie, quote, more memorable than Luke, I Am Your Father? Yes. I Will Return from Terminator, or You Have a Need for a Larger Sea Vessel from Jaws. I made him an offer, but he's really going to think seriously about it. I bet octopuses think bones are horrific. I bet all their cosmic horror stories involve rigid limbs and hinged joints. Are you sure you want to close OneDrive? Buddy, I've never been more certain of anything in my life. We should really start finding ways to de-Microsoft and de-Google as much as we humanly can. Take back you! Samuel L. Jackson says, I do movies that I want to go and see. I do popcorn movies. I don't do movies that I'm going to get an Oscar for. People are out there chasing statues all the time. Well, hell, he made metric tons of money, is a fantastic actor. We all know he is a fantastic actor, and he gets to have fun doing it. I'm sure he has a lot of fun doing everything he's ever done, okay? I'm sure he's hated a few things in his career, but the dude is just an all-goddamn timer forever. Samuel L. Jackson always. I think it'd be cool as hell if he got himself that statue, because there have been a few times where he has deserved that little statue, okay? A Mexican party with 300 people and loud-ass music will be happening next door at 3 in the morning. And you go and find out that they're celebrating, and it's usually a 2-year-old's birthday party who already went to bed 5 hours ago. What's it like having a teenage boy? My son just ate a 50-piece bag of pizza rolls and is asking what's for dinner. Dude, that was so me. I was a bottomless well. I had 12 stomachs. Recommending anime is hard, because every anime has some amount of anime bullshit, and it's hard to know what someone's threshold for specific types of anime bullshit is unless you know them extremely well. I don't understand airports. Security basically everywhere you look, until you get to baggage claim. Then it's just finders fucking keepers for all they care. I told my therapist I was hesitant to start antidepressants because of the sexual side effects, and she said, do you even have enough sex for that to matter? And long story short, I'm currently headed to Walgreens to refill my prescription. That was actually my requirement, too. Actually, sex having be damned. I'm sorry. No, thank you. Tweets that have had me crying for 10 minutes straight. Wait, y'all, is Sonic an otter? He looks kind of like an otter. The Hedgehog? If my last name was The Hedgehog and some bitch on Twitter asked if I was an otter, I'd be on the news. Every maid of honor speech is, I remember when Kimberly looked in my eyes on May 3rd, 2007 at 2:33 p.m. and said whatever life threw at us, she'd be there because friends are family you choose. And then the best man's is like, this idiot once got so drunk he kissed a mailbox. That's just the duality of our species. The ladies have something, not to say the fellas don't have a very meaningful relationship, but they don't want to make people think they're soft. Come on, boys will be boys. I mean, look at this douchebag, loser. You getting married, idiot. I want to get married. Imagine a minimal store named Store that sells nothing but products with no branding whatsoever. I did see this one go viral in real time, and it's great because I don't believe there are stores for this in Canada, but there is a brand up in Canada that does this. Chips, beer, toothpaste, they do this. And I'm actually, I'm not gonna lie, I'm incredibly envious that we don't have it in the United States. At least if we do, I've never seen it. It doesn't make it all the way down to Colorado. So I would kill for this. I do hate that I do like brands sometimes, and by definition, that brand is a brand, but it's so goddamn funny. And they'll get my money every time just because it's funny. That's how easy I am. Canada, I know we're not on good terms now and probably never will again, but just at least when this is all over, at least consider letting us have a little bit of that brand. What do you say? Went swimming for exercise for the first time in 15 plus years, and at the end of what I thought was a pretty normal lap, a lifeguard came over and asked me if I was okay. I'm gonna treat myself, me who has rarely, if ever, denied myself anything. Saw a teenager walking home in a karate outfit, which is fine, but he was a white belt. Arguably the most muggable outfit in existence. With any other clothes, your level of martial arts knowledge is at least ambiguous. Well, you definitely don't also want to, overdo it, right? Where you put on a black belt to walk home or something. Because then there's going to be douchebags out there that just want to, check you. They want to challenge you, right? Oh, black belt? Please, let's get him. So what's a belt color in the middle that is best at deterring people? I just found out my husband thought White Claws were energy drinks, and he's been drinking one on the way to work every day. I mean, if he's a heavy drinker, that one White Claw's probably not going to do too much. But there's no way he didn't ever once taste any of that out. There's a little bit of alcohol in those. I don't know if you knew that. There's no way. No. 4 movies in, and not one guy is just like, nah, man, I'm not going to fight John Wick. They do keep trying, man. YouTube, please don't use ad block. It's against our terms of service. If you use ad block, you're a big fat meanie. Also, YouTube. YouTube is planning to put more ads in their Premium Lite subscription. Paying users will now get ads on Shorts content starting June 30th. There's a Premium Lite subscription? Hold on, I'm looking that up right now. Wait, introducing Premium Lite. Watch your favorite creators ad-free. Wait, what? So they're gonna put... Wait, hold on. Most videos ad-free in Premium Lite. And they're gonna start putting them in Shorts specifically at the end of the month. YouTube, see, this is what I fucking mean, dude. You should have just stuck with Premium. Sure, it's a little bit pricier than the competition, but you know what? Like I've said before, it's been a worthwhile subscription. But Premium Lite looks like garbage. Pointless, if you ask me. And you're already starting to move the goalpost for what is ad-free, you douchebags.